Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
An overnight fire destroys a historic Loves Park building. We take a look at the building's background and share reaction from witnesses. Several people are hurt after a building explodes in Chicago. People who live nearby say it sounded like a bomb went off. Federal investigators are involved. The midterm election is less than 2 months away, and there's a deadline coming if you want to be able to cast your ballot. Today was a major reminder. Good evening, I'm Eric Wilson. Mimi Murphy is off. We'll get to those stories in just a minute. But first, as Candace mentioned, there's severe weather in the area. Let's go back over to the Weather Center. Candace, what are you seeing? Lots of colors on the radar still.
Yeah, you know, Eric, this time of year, you can't get that heat, that humidity, and a cold front without any thunderstorms, and that's exactly what we've had here over the last couple of hours. As I mentioned at the top of the show, severe thunderstorm warning out for McHenry County, as well as for portions of Winnebago, Boone, Ogle, and northwest DeKalb County. That warning goes, both of those actually, until 5:45. Good news, these thunderstorms have actually shown some signs of weakening. The storm that's over McHenry County actually had quite a bit of strength, a decent-sized hail core, some strong winds, and even some rotation as well with that. But as that moves further into McHenry County, it is beginning to weaken just a bit. We also are watching that thunderstorm as it's now moving southeast of Rockford, so this is passing to the southeast here at Cherry Valley, moving just south of Belvedere out towards Irene. Heads up, this storm is going to be moving in towards the Fairdale, Kirkland area. Kingston, Genoa, you are in the path of this thunderstorm. Some quarter-sized hail and even the potential for 60 to 70 mile-per-hour winds with that thunderstorm. The rotation with that, not quite as strong as what it was earlier. And looking at the hail potential, too, a little bit of hail showing up there just north of Coral in McHenry County. Not seeing much of that with that thunderstorm that is moving southeast of Rockford. They actually had a pretty decent hail core with it. That's the blue and the purple you see as it was north of Rockford, moving in towards Caledonia, Poplar Grove earlier this afternoon. But as it moves into a little less favorable environment, not necessarily seeing that quite at the moment. Still some broad rotation, however, east of 20 in McHenry County. So that is one we are keeping an eye on. Not a lot of rotation being detected here with the storm southeast of Rockford. So hail and wind going to be our primary concern. It's those thunderstorms that we're keeping a close eye on, Eric, as they continue to move to the southeast. Not a lot of development back further to the west. So once these move out, that is going to be it. Severe thunderstorm watch continues for McHenry and DeKalb counties until 8 o'clock tonight. We'll talk the cool down coming up here a little later.
All right, thanks, Candace. We'll catch up with you then. Flames destroy a Loves Park building with a long history in the state line. We're talking about CD Source on North 2nd Street, just south of Riverside. Nicole Delgado spent quite a bit of time on the scene this morning. She had a chance to talk with some people who visited the store often. Nicole, what do they have to say?
That's right, Eric. Many locals couldn't believe it. Some say they had to see it for themselves to know that the CD Source was really gone.
It's just gone. It's just gone. I just can't believe it. I'm in shock. I really am in shock. That's why I had to come up here and take a look at it.
Ray visited the Loves Park CD Source on North 2nd 3 to 4 times a week. He's a drummer, plays bass guitar, and collects records. Music is important to him, and now the place that was like a second home to him is now gone.
I know that things can happen, you know, but I never thought that this place would burn down there.
The Loves Park Fire Department responded to the call just after midnight. Firefighters were met with heavy black smoke and flames shooting out the building. Multiple agencies from around the state line were called in to help. And at one point, the recognizable marquee with the CD Source's logo collapsed.
The type of construction with this building presented some unique hurdles for us to get over. It took a while to get inside to the seat of the fire.
Loves Park resident Ted Hart tells me he's sad to see all that is left behind is just a shell of a building, and now we'll have to find somewhere else to find vinyl records.
It's really a shame to see such a landmark go up in flames. Because after he started painting the building, it was such an attraction driving up and down North 2nd Street. And now it's all gone.
While Ray hopes the owner will be able to recover from this major loss.
I mean, you could open another record store, but he ain't never going to get an inventory like he had here. You know, like I said, it took him a lifetime to build that up.
There still isn't any word on what caused the spark of fire. There is a GoFundMe link for the CD Source at mystateline.com. Eric?
Mikkel, thanks. A piece of Loves Park history was also lost in that fire. Jim Haggerty is here with me now. Jim, the building's actually one of the oldest in Loves Park.
It is. It was brought to Loves Park in 1947, opened in 1948, and it's a part of Camp Grant. It was a Quonset hut brought over from Camp Grant for the purpose of being a theater, which it became in 1948. And during that period, it showed many movies, changed formats a couple of times. Then it was a craft store, then a resale shop, and most recently, 4 years ago, CD source.
And you talked about it being movie theater. There are probably a lot of families who have memories of actually going and seeing films.
Absolutely.
Place, right?
Several of those people have reached out to us on social media. They remember seeing King Kong in the 60s and some of these old titles that they remember from their childhood.
Sure, that'll date it too. And then now, you talk about the history of the building, and we had that customer who mentioned that it took the owner a lifetime to build up this collection, this inventory that he had. There's a lot of history in the music that was in that building that was lost.
Absolutely.
Well.
I've never been in the building, but I understand you've been there, and you're probably like a lot of other folks who can't believe what's happening. There's one woman who did reach out to us and said she's willing to donate a collection of her own CDs for when the business reopens. So there's a lot of support there, and I have that story on mystateline.com.
It's interesting when something like this happens in the State Line, when you see so many people come forward to help. A lot of people who may not even know who that business owner is, maybe have never set foot in that store, but they just see this happen to somebody else and they want to help.
Yes.
Jim, thanks for the history lesson.
Thank you, Eric.
We now know the name of the 20-year-old killed in a bus crash yesterday. Jericho Porter died when the car he was in rear-ended a school bus. It happened near the US 20 and West State Street merge just east of Winnebago. Illinois State Police say the bus was picking up a student and had its red lights on when the car slammed into it. Investigators believe the 17-year-old driver swerved at the last second. The Winnebago County coroner says Porter died from blunt force trauma from that crash. An explosion tears through an apartment building on Chicago's west side. At least 8 people were hurt. The blast sent debris onto cars and into the street. It also appeared the building's top floor collapsed. Firefighters are trying to determine if anyone was still trapped in the building. Witnesses call the sound of the explosion and seeing the aftermath horrifying.
Oh yeah, it blew my door open, my heart. It shook my foundation of my building, my property. It shook. And at that moment, my mind went to bomb. I've heard trains collide, I've heard trucks hit the viaducts, so I know sounds, and I've been here 20 plus years, so I knew it was something horrific happening.
A People's Gas spokesperson says there is nothing to indicate the blast was caused by natural gas or any of the company's equipment. The Chicago Police Department bomb unit and agents with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives are part of the investigation. When's the last time you checked your voter registration? Local election officials hope you do it today. This is National Voter Registration Day. In Illinois, voters have until October 11th to register by mail for the November election. You have until October 23rd online. Grace period registration is open until Election Day, but you will have to vote at the same time. National Voter Registration Day has been held for the last 10 years. In that time, nearly 5 million voters have registered on the holiday. The Republican candidate for Illinois governor will be in Rockford shortly. State Senator Darren Bailey will hold a meet and greet with his running mate, Stephanie Trussell. That's at Midway Village tonight from 6 to 7. We'll be there and have more coming up on Eyewitness News at 10. Cyclists across Illinois kicked off a special ride in Springfield before the sun came up this morning. More than 30 are taking part in the annual Gold Star 500. Riders will travel more than 500 miles over the next 5 days. They'll make stops in Quincy, Galesburg, Rock Falls, and Woodstock before ending the long trip at the Great Lakes Naval Station in North Chicago on Saturday. The event honors 300 Illinois service members killed while serving overseas since 9/11. This includes 34 Illinois National Guard members.
We ride our bicycles around the state and share stories with Gold Star families and friends of fallen service members so that we make sure that they're never forgotten.
The event was founded in 2017. Money raised during this year's race goes towards scholarships named after fallen service members.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, it has been a muggy Tuesday afternoon, more typical of what we would feel during the middle of July rather than the middle of September, with those temperatures today reaching the 90s. The heat index in a couple of spots getting up close to 100 degrees. With a cold front, kind of this disturbance working in from the northwest, it was enough to break that cap in a couple of spots and allow some thunderstorms, some feisty thunderstorms too, to get going across Wisconsin, moving into parts of northern Illinois. Now, we still do have a severe thunderstorm warning out for parts of southern southeast McHenry County. That goes until 5:45. That moving to the southeast. The warning we had here for southeast Winnebago County, southern Boone County, Ogle County, DeKalb County, that actually has been dropped as that thunderstorm has weakened quite a bit. Nonetheless, this is still going to produce some frequent lightning and some heavy rainfall as well. That moving right along and south of 72 in DeKalb County. This working towards the DeKalb Sycamore area here in central DeKalb County. So heads up, you're going to have some pretty heavy rainfall come down with that. These thunderstorms continue to move to the southeast and are pretty much going to be it here. Not a lot of development, if any of that, back further to the west and to the north as we're starting to kind of build back up that lid on our atmosphere. So really what's coming through right now is pretty much going to be it, and very soon that will be moving out of the area here this evening. We will then just be left with the muggy conditions for some of us here as we go through the rest of this evening. Now, there is a severe thunderstorm watch that was issued just a little while ago for McHenry and DeKalb counties until 8 o'clock. I don't think that watch is going to last that long with those thunderstorms moving out. Notice our winds. We've had a southwesterly wind, but that warm front fell just shy of the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. That is part of the reason why those thunderstorms, as they moved out of Wisconsin, actually strengthened a bit. The storm that moved across northern Winnebago County near the Roscoe-Rockton area actually did have some rotation noted with it earlier. But look at what that rain-cooled air has done to our temperatures. 70s from Poplar Grove to Janesville, 79 in Rockford, 91 our temperatures still in Freeport. So it is muggy, it is humid. 90 in Rochelle, 93 in Dixon, and 95 right now down in Sterling. We continue with that southwesterly wind. Cold front stretching back to the northwest. That won't come through until tomorrow morning. That means temperatures will likely rebound with a little bit of sunshine here just before it sets the next hour, hour and a half, and it's still going to feel rather muggy. So we still hold on to those humid conditions here through this evening. A live look with our Supply Corps camera over downtown Rockford, brought to us by Window World. We'll keep a few clouds in the forecast here as we go through the night tonight. Temperatures will stay right around that 70-degree mark. Winds turn to the north tomorrow. We've got cloud cover, a couple of spotty showers developing towards the afternoon and evening. Still a little bit of a muggy feel tomorrow as temperatures stay in the 70s. High pressure builds in. That'll help cool us down. We've got some 60s here for Thursday, Friday, watching a few showers Friday evening into early Saturday, drying out Saturday afternoon. Next chance for rain air coming in on Sunday. Notice the temperatures, though, will likely stay in the 60s here as we work through early next week.
Now sports with sports director Scott Lever.
It is do or die time for the White Sox these next 3 nights. They will go head-to-head with the first-place Guardians 3 times. Sox trailed the Guardians by 4 games. Realistically, they'll probably need to take at least 2 out of the 3 to keep alive their hopes of overtaking the Guardians. The Guardians lead the season series 9 games to 7, so they only need to win 1 of the 3 games to claim the tiebreaker over the Sox. Here's Liam Hendricks on what the Sox need to do.
What we were expecting as a team to be doing all season, and it's come out in the last little bit, and hopefully we haven't left it too late, but hopefully we can go out there and play our best game for these last couple of weeks and see what happens. Obviously, it's we put ourselves in a position where we're not exactly thrilled with, but in saying that, it's a lot easier to go out there and play when there's no kind of, you get that chip on your shoulder. You're not expected to do anything. We're expected to not make it now, and I think a lot of guys are hopefully being able to feed off that and be like, oh, you don't think we can? Let's show them how we do it, and let's go do it.
Well, NIU's football team faces its biggest test of the season Saturday when the Huskies play at 8th-ranked Kentucky. A healthy Rocky Lombardi would help the Huskies' cause. He went down late in the first half with an undisclosed injury this past Saturday against Vanderbilt. He left the game and didn't return. Thomas Hammock is hopeful Lombardi will be ready to suit up on Saturday.
we got better news than what we anticipated. So we feel good about where he's at and his progress that he's going to be able to make. But we got the rest of the week to figure it out. I can't answer that question on Tuesday, but we got the rest of the week to figure out how he progresses.
If Lombardi can't go this weekend, redshirt freshman Ethan Hampton will be the guy at quarterback. When he took over for Lombardi against Vanderbilt, he completed 12 of 19 passes for 124 yards. He threw 2 touchdown passes and was intercepted once. Prepare for a bunch of high school basketball players skipping college and going right to the NBA. The league is expected to reduce the draft age requirement from 19 to 18. Fred VanVleet's highly regarded in one of the rankings of the NBA's best players. In the CBS Sports Top 100, VanVleet checks in at number 38. He's ahead of big-name players like Ben Simmons, Klay Thompson, LaMelo Ball, and Cade Cunningham. Giannis is ranked number 1. I can't argue with that. Steph Curry is second. Kevin Durant third. Well, in the 1990s, Shreveport native Gerald McClellan was a 2-time world boxing champion. Now his son Gerald McClellan Jr. is trying to repeat that. McClellan has resumed his pro boxing career after spending some time in prison. I'm going to have this story for you tonight at 9 and 10.
We still continue with a couple of showers and a few thunderstorms here as we go through the remainder of this evening. Mostly, however, over parts of McHenry County. Still a severe thunderstorm warning out until 5:45. Temperatures in the 70s tomorrow will drop by the time we get into Thursday and Friday.
Thanks, Candace, and thank you for spending some of your time with us. Stay safe.